It's all over at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Spurs starting off 2025, how they basically ended 2024. Another loss at home, another not ideal result at home. But you might be saying, why am I saying not ideal? Why is Sonny thinking that's okay? But if you've just watched that game, with that back line, and with a different goalkeeper, illness, injury, and people say I'm making excuses, I mean, a draw would have been fantastic, a win even better. But when you look at that second half, I still think there's promising signs there to show that Ange Postecoglou is the right manager to lead us forward. I really do. I really think this is the manager to really help Spurs achieve the next level. And when we have our injured players back and they're not ill and they're all firing on full cylinders, I back this team to move up the table. But before we go any further and deep dive into this game, if you are new around here, drop us a like on the video. Get your comments down below. Am I talking a load of rubbish? I feel like a lot of you will disagree with me, but that's what it's all about. That's what this YouTube community is all about. And subscribe, obviously, and hit the notification bell. Get my words out. Actually, we started the day off. After you've watched this video, go and watch my latest transfer video, because before the game, we have apparently signed a goalkeeper. So that's quite interesting, because a lot of what today was about was goalkeeping. And we saw straight away, news broke last night actually on TalkSport, that Brandon Austin would start in goal for Tottenham against Newcastle United. And I want to start with him because I thought he was brilliant. I really thought he had an absolutely fantastic game. Amazing at claiming the ball from crosses and set pieces. I really think I was happy with his display. I'd keep him in the team now until, one, obviously Vicario is back, and two, I wouldn't, I think he's better with the ball at his feet over Forster as well. This new goalkeeper coming in might, give him a run for his money, but he's probably more a goalkeeper for the future. But was really, really impressed with Austin. And the whole team started off really, really well. Pedro Porro, I thought, was fantastic on that right-hand side, whipping in crosses. Some of the best crosses I've seen for him since he joined the club. And Dominic Solanke was probably one of our best players as well. Amazing header, getting ahead of his defender to slot it home. And you think 1-0, you think, well, I, going into this game, thought we would lose. I actually predicted on the Irish Hotspur we'd lose 2-1, so I got that spot on. But I thought Newcastle would give us more of a battering, I'm not going to lie. And they did in the first half, but the second half, we sort of turned the tide. But obviously, the lead didn't last that long. And, Newcastle on their day, when you've got Gordon, Isak, Jacob Murphy, Harvey Barnes who came on, they're going to punish you, especially with Joelinton as well, with Bruno Guimarães in the midfield. But we obviously, our own mistake, passing out from the back, usually what it is. And then there was obviously the controversial handball. And looking back, it's not handball. I feel like it's annoying and I don't agree with it, but that's the rules. You could say, I think Saar played the ball quite heavy to Bergwall. Bergwall tries to tap it past and it didn't work out. So that was quite frustrating. And Gordon obviously tucks it home. Really good finish. Past Austin. Couldn't do much about it. And then obviously the next goal after that, again, it's just a hammer blow, really. That cross was coming all the time down that left-hand side from Murphy. Getting to the byline, ping it across. Dragsson doesn't do enough. And Isak taps it home. Dragsson, he's been poor the last couple of weeks. I think he started his Spurs career quite well. And this season, he's had some good games against City and United in the Cup. But against, this opposition and the last couple of weeks, he's not really been good enough. And he gets hooked at half-time. And the back line was obviously Austin in goal, Reguilon, Jed Spence, Archie Gray and Pedro Porro. Four fullbacks, but Archie Gray is a centre mid / fullback. So no senior centre-backs in that team coming out in the second half, which is absolutely baffling. I think a lot of our defensive issues do come from the midfield. We just get bypassed all the time. But I think as that second half went on, we did show a lot of good merit. I think James Maddison came on and looked good. Son came on and looks sharper than he usually has. There was lots of good individual performances. I just think at the moment, and I know what people will say, Sonny using excuses, you're defending Ange here, but I think any other team who has this situation, the same exactly happens. If we had Mickey van der Ven, if we had, Destiny Udogie on full form, and Romero, it would be different than Vicario. We're not playing that zippy tempo we usually do. The first half I thought we weren't great, but we grew into the game. We could have easily got a point there, and I think in recent weeks, we get a point against Newcastle, an informed Newcastle as well, who, we have patchy form at the best of times against them. That would have been such a good result to springboard us, going into this Liverpool game, in the FA Cup as well. It just... it's upsetting. I'm not as frustrated as I usually have been with Spurs the last couple of weeks, but I thought they played well. I thought they played quite good. It's not all doom and gloom, as some would say. I really back the team, in that regard. And looking at the stats, that would be quite telling to see what the game was like, and it was pretty even. 58 possession to us, 42 to Newcastle. We had 13 shots, 4 on target. They had 14 shots, 4 on target. So it was an even affair out there. Ali McCoy-Stephen I can't believe he gave Austin man the match. I think it could have probably been Livramento. Newcastle did defend well. They're one of the best defences in the league. Sven Botman's back there now. I think Dan Burn should have been sent off for a handball. He got booked earlier on in the game, made himself bigger, hits him on the arm. That's an handball, different game. But yeah, it's just one of those frustrating results. We've got a hard run coming up. We've got the North London Derby and a few other fixtures. But I'm still remaining hopeful. I'm still, backing Ange. I think he is still the right man to lead us at the club. I do think, I keep saying it, when we get our, January transfer windows underway now, bring a few signings in, hopefully. I still think Levy is to blame at the top of this club. This won't see him sacked either. I feel like, when I'm talking to people who are Ange out, who are, against him, I still don't hear those answers or those solutions. At the moment, I called Manchester United square pegs in round holes FC, if you know what that means. Obviously, if you don't know what that meaning... that phrase means, it means, you're sort of having to deal with the cards you dealt with. Ruben Amorim, he's having to play like Johnny Evans in the back three. But the thing is with United, they haven't got many injuries, and the squad, there's a squad there that's been assembled for £1 billion. It just doesn't fit the current system, whereas we have still not backed this manager enough, and the injuries are showing that. We've got no centre backs. I'd take Luka Vuskovic in this team now. He would be fantastic. Even Yang, I think he should, be starting some games out on the wing, because, Brennan Johnson, poor again today. There's some good individual performances, as I said, like Solanke I thought was good. Kulusevski, a lot of it has to go through him, but he can't do it on his own. I think Maddison showed how good he can be when he came on. So I'm still hopeful, and I'm still, I'm not worried yet. I'm still, this result actually has given me a bit of faith. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, the Liverpool game is going to be tricky, especially if they're full strength on Wednesday. I'm going to that game, actually, so if you see me, come and say hello. And then, obviously, we've got Tamworth in the FA Cup, which we could do with rotating, but, they're the lowest side left in the competition. It could go full Spursy in that one. But, yeah, Newcastle are strong. Eddie Howe's been at the club for a while. And, they've bounced back as well. They went through a poor run of form. We're currently going through that, It is just one of those things. We're learning, we're adapting. I think Ange will be happy with that display as well. I don't think it was all that bad. So yeah, I'm quite content with that. I'm quite content. A lot of people are going to be saying, Sonny, I'm not sure. You're barking up the wrong tree. A lot of people say no, who are still backing Ange. The fan base is quite divided at the moment about what they want. I thought the atmosphere was better today at the stadium, which was good to hear. It's just, we are missing something, and that is the injury. To get a bug go around, an illness go around the training ground, a couple of days before is really not ideal with all the injuries we have as well. I'm surprised some of the players are out there. I bet they were still, apparently there was a report saying that Archie Gray was still, battling his illness, and he played today. Archie Gray, what a player. What a player he's going to be. Even at centre-back, at left-back, at right-back. I just want to see him playing in midfield. I do feel sorry for him in that regard, but I thought he had another really good game today. Very, limiting this Newcastle side to 2 goals at the moment is no mean feat. But, yeah, that's all we've got time for today. That's my thoughts that I've put out there. So let me know if you agree or disagree. Leave your likes because it helps with the algorithm as well as your comments. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. And until next time, have a good weekend and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.